What up, Debo? It's been a long time and a long time coming. Um, to bring some reference to half man, half amazing Nas himself. So you wrote or shared a post that says people with good hearts are always unlucky in relationships. Um, Other than the always fallacy, the never always, most things are never or always. Not going to deal with that too much, but luck, I'd like to deal with. Luck is a victim. On one hand, it's a victim mentality. To wish for luck means that you don't want to put in the work to do it yourself, and so you're coercing or seek to coerce the nature into uh, bending to our whims. Uh, Grace, on the other hand, is meeting the universe halfway in it's a more agile approach, a more trying to think of a term in like permaculture, where we are not planting crops to make money per se, but we're stewarding the land. We're actually making the land healthier by planting, farming, and eating of it, because we are a part of it. So, so then I wrote, "What is luck?" And you replied that it's a shout out to the nice guys finish last adage. And why do we think that's the case? Why do we think that? Um, why is there a trend? It's a stereotype even of nice guys finishing last. And so, is there something wrong with being nice? Um, we got to dive into that because being nice, to me, is not a good thing. Being nice means that you are not, standing up for yourself, advocating for yourself or other people. You'd rather it's fawning. It's the desire to keep the peace overrides any concept of justice, and so it's like, oh, I'm going to keep my mouth shut as long as it doesn't affect me. And then when it does affect you, it's the "thank you, sir, may I have another" mentality. So that's not desirable quality, and so those guys usually do finish last. Because they don't advocate for themselves. Having an adversity to adversity is a huge threat to one's sovereignty and one's will. It's you can't set any goals if the obstacles that arise are just allowed to bulldoze over you. This is a conversation I have at work a lot with people who are on one hand complaining that they are making the same money today as they were a year ago, um, and also, um, you know, um, are not advocating for themselves, not making that initiative to make a stance. Say, I'm worth this much money in relating to work or in a relationship. And that's something that's an attractive quality. Somebody who knows what they're worth, somebody who has confidence. And the confidence is one of those things that if you don't have it, getting it is really challenging. It is um, like that quote that I just shared about the furthest distances between the head and the heart. Because even though it's only 12 inches, it's making that 12 inches that is a monumentous task. So, in terms of confidence, God accepts fake currency. And this is an interesting take on the fake it till you make it mentality, because I often think of fake it till you make it, or I used to, as a really poor strategy. But flipping it on its head, but maintaining a certain essence of it, um, by pretending to be nice, people benefit, and therefore your actions are nice, even if your intentions are not. And so, but if that feels good to you, then you'll continue doing it, and maybe your intention will change as the action remains. God accepts fake currency is a quote from Jalaluddin Rumi in one of his poems, and he was really obsessed with the concept of love, of love for the source being the beloved. The source is beloved, and that's how. Come on, kitties, come on. And that's the only connection that we need is our connection to source. And so having a loving relationship with that connection with source is going to determine our attitude in life. Our beliefs determine our attitudes, which determine our behaviors. And so by observing, and then you have your environment. So again, that's all against our environment, because at times, our environment feels overwhelming, and we're struggling to make a stance in the world. But by identifying which one of those we can control, because that's the important thing, is to notice what we can control versus what we can't control. And this brings us back to the concept of luck. This is why luck isn't desirable. It's needed. Believe me, it's needed for that grace. But hard work and working smart, understanding the connectivity of things, that, if I can understand the source, I can determine all of the effects. If I can affect the cause, then you can affect the effects. And I'm having trouble focus here because I have 3 cats running around, causing all kinds of mischief, huh? So yeah, luck. So there was a quote about luck. What we call luck is often the result of sustained hard work or something like that. It seems it's very dismissive. If you did something, if you accomplished something, and someone said, "Oh, that's luck," that's really dismissive, right? And that's the kind of vibe that I'm going for. Is bust your ass. Figure out the problem, pick it apart, because problems can often seem momentous again and overwhelming again. And so what we do is we can break it down into sizable chunks. You don't eat the wheel of cheese. You break off a little piece, and that's more your size, more appropriate to be able to process, digest, and convert into, well, not in the case of cheese, but convert into something that you want, as far as goal setting and being steadfast to that goal. The hard thing is determining a goal worth pursuing. Being unlucky in relationships, you can be unlucky in a bad relationship and have it go pretty well. You're actually better off. But then again, that kind of twists the term. Is that good luck then? Having bad luck with a bad person can have a positive consequence. And so but is it a slippery term? Is it a term that, like, oh, well, now that becomes the bad luck? We're actually having good luck is bad luck. What is that luck, it seems rather elusive to me. So it's not even something we can really pin down and talk about effectively. It's just sort of a filler, something that we use to say when we can't be more specific, when we aren't articulate enough to F the ineffable. And that's a trick and a play on words that are the recognition of the play on words that we all participate in. We say something is interesting. You're not really saying anything there. You're just saying that it, you could even say, so instead of saying it's interesting, you could say, well, that sparks my curiosity. And then from there, you can say, like on the subject of luck, you can get into, identify your belief about luck. Most people, I think, coming from have the experience of luck in a religious context, where it's sort of like God granting you something, which can make you feel really good, which is, I think it's kind of utter bullshit. But rather it's, the same thing as the grace in terms of the universe meeting you halfway, but without a personification that that there's an agent that's helping you. But in the spirit world, I wouldn't deny that there's not ancestors um, that actively seek the fruition of their destiny through us. It's just not something that you can really debate on a logical side. So you want to be clear to make that distinction. But I think that most people's concept of luck is dogmatic. Wow, it's been 12 minutes of this. I'll probably just leave you with that then. And if you want to make a video response to my video response, that'd be cool. If not, we should figure out a time to chat, to do a little like Zoom sesh or something. I know you're busy. I'm busy, but usually after 8 o'clock, I can procure some time. All right, man. Hope you have a good day. Peace.